Now get this. A former Georgia warehouse worker for the Augusta National Golf Club was sentenced to 1 year in prison Wednesday for transporting millions of dollars worth of stolen Masters tournament memorabilia. The money was used to fund a luxurious lifestyle, including $370,000 to buy vehicles and a boat, $160,000 for Disney-themed vacations.
Oh, man.
To say that Glebski is royally fucked is kind of an understatement. Welcome back.
Hey, everybody. Noah found a really good Reddit thread. And this has been happening for the last 3 years for some reason. People are just lying their asses off at Scramble saying they shot in the 40s.
Yeah, this is good. This is definitely a good topic to get my brain back. And I just listened to you guys talk about fucking Disney shows or something for like last
Star Wars
for 15 minutes.
And Batman. We talked some Batman. That's not Disney. Get it right.
It's DC.
Yeah, well, how do you know?
Is it? Is Batman DC?
It is.
Fucking go.
Yeah. See you fucking pick something up.
Nerd.
I know how I feel when you guys talk sports cards.
Yeah, but you got a Kirby Puckett auto. You're kind of getting into the game a little bit.
I'm not. I just found a signed Kirby Puckett card in my box of childhood memories,
Tyler,
that I'm trying to sling.
You need to open one box of cards and it's over.
Pokemon cards.
No, I don't think I'd get into it.
I didn't think so either.
It's just,
and
I don't care.
Here
enough.
I am.
You know what?
I like the games.
What?
Today is Tyler's wife's birthday.
It is. How do you know that?
Because I saw it on Facebook. He deserves a pack of Pokemon cards.
I do, for her birthday.
It was my wife's birthday, so my buddy bought me a pack of Pokemon cards.
Speaking of my wife's birthday, she joined Golf League, Women's League this summer, and that's what I got her for her birthday, a bunch of golf shit, because she has none.
What course?
Frizzy.
Oh.
So she's joined Women's League with my sister. She's on my sister's team. And it is, I feel like there's going to be not very much golf played.
What'd you get her?
I got her a glove, a visor, some balls.
Nice.
I feel like that's a good starter pack.
Yeah, I'm gonna get her a putter. I just want her. She's gonna have to get fitted for it.
You don't need to get.
She doesn't need to get fitted. She needs to go to the store.
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
see what she needs.
That's not what I meant. She needs
Get
to
a
go.
feel for it.
Yeah, she needs to go to the store and pick one she likes. That's not $1,000.
I was gonna say you.
That ain't me. That ain't
fitted
me.
for a putter is so off-brand for you.
No,
but also we have 15 putters laying around.
I know we do, and 90% of them are mine. Like that one.
Sorry.
Yeah, they're also our podcast decoration. I can't get rid of all of them.
How about if she give her one of these putters, and when she makes a birdie, then she can get a new putter.
See, the thing is, I just feel bad. Most of her golf shit is already just hand me down. I want her to have something of her own.
Yeah.
So she's using all of my old clubs.
Costco has great deals.
Yeah, they just don't have a putting mat or anything to try it with. I want her to just go putt. Tell me which one you like, and that's the one you can have for your birthday.
That's true. One of the first putters that I bought, like outside of my initial Walmart stock set, it was a Wilson putter. I got it for like $30 at Shields.
Yeah, I remember that thing. You get the price tag on it for a long time.
Well, I figured if I wanted to take it back, I had it
on there for 2 seasons.
I had it for 2 seasons, and I'm like, wow, fuck, I don't know if I like it. I might take it back, because Shields Shields is the best in a sense where they'll take anything back.
Hell yeah.
So yeah. It'll be fun. That'll be a good time for her. Something to do just to get away from the house a little bit.
Speaking of Shields, I also got her a pair of Crocs that fit me, because Shields had them on. I was reading the size on the hanger. They had the Crocs on the wrong hanger. So, and then I looked at the back of the Crocs, and it's like men's 11s, and they're like this super girly olive green. I was like, well, if they were a normal color, I would have just kept them for myself and bought you a different pair. But now you have a size 11 men's Crocs.
That's one thing I've never owned in my life, is a pair of Crocs.
Big fan.
Yeah. If they came out with like a studded bottom set of Crocs that I could just go no socks and studded Crocs. No socks, studded Crocs on the course. I'd get some of those.
Dude, you've got those screw-in spike things.
No, I know.
Put them on a pair of Crocs.
I know. I would get some. So my kid has a pair of Crocs, and he has like farm animal pendants on it.
Hell yeah.
I'd get
Gibbets.
Jibbies. Yeah, I'd get some Happy Gilmore pendants to put on there. Just a I don't know.
Bruins jersey, hockey stick,
Yeah.
Subway sub.
I think that's one thing that I do want to own in my lifetime is the Odyssey hockey stick putter.
That would be cool.
I think I want to say, Noah, can you just search, see if there's any like eBay listings for the Odyssey? I'm pretty sure it's an Odyssey.
Yeah, you're right.
What's it called?
Odyssey hockey stick putter.
Yeah. Yep. That would be awesome. I actually don't even know if I could use that on the court. It'd more so be for display
Yeah. It's something you bring to a scramble for funsies.
to show your buddies.
Yep.
It's like when you get it, like, I don't know. Let's say you have your man cave and you have like your guns or shit. You got a new gun. You got the gun case in there. It's like, hey, you want to come see my new gun?
Yeah, you just put it in your golf bag, and then
Yeah,
like, you guys
yeah.
want to see this cool club I have?
Yeah.
It's like that extendo putter I have somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere around here.
Right here. Speaking of 9,000, me and Grandpa, we've talked about this. We play grip gimmies. So if it's inside the grip, it's just an automatic gimme, no arguing.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
So we have an extendo putter to make the gimmies
I mean, you could also
5 feet.
You could also go like one of those chess. You could make it into like a chess putter.
You could.
Or you can make it into a regular putter depending on what's feeling best.
Yeah, he took an old ball grabber, cut it off.
He made that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He made this. It's an old ball grabber that he cut off, put a grip on, and then JB welded this putter head into it.
Interesting.
Yep.
Whoever JB is, he must be a subpar welder that made subpar welding cool again.
Well, yeah, he's like, welding's too hard, so I'm going to make a glue and call it welding.
I would like to do that to current, like maybe one of the current putters I have. I'd like to cut the shaft off and put it in the center of the putter head versus like, on the inside having the club head offset. Like kind of, I'm essentially making my own lab putter.
I have a center putter. It's that one with like the claw that you can grab the ball out of the hole with.
You do. Yep. The no bend down, grab your ball out of the hole putter. Sorry, it kind of derailed things a little bit there. We were talking about that scramble.
Yeah. So there's been a trend over the last few years that people are just lying their asses off on scrambles, saying they shot in the 40s. Some people even saying they shot in the 30s.
Yeah.
Which is just absolutely insane. And the only world where this ever happens is if it's an unlimited mulligan situation where you can just pay for a bunch of mulligans, and these people are buying 50 before the round starts.
Yeah, you can get $20 for 5 mullies, or you can get 1 for 5. Or sorry, you can get 5 mulligans for 20 or 1 for 5.
And these people are dropping the fucking bag on mulligans and all sorts of advantages. Like, that's the only way. But the crowd's reaction makes me think that 9 times out of 10, that's not the case, and these people are lying. So Scrambles now have come up with a solution to people lying about their scores during the tournaments.
Okay. Like, is this being adopted like nationwide?
I don't know nationwide, but it's becoming more and more popular over the last couple of months because I've seen it in a few different instances. They are making the top 2 teams play a 1-hole playoff at the end of the tournament in front of all of the other competitors.
I like that.
And
Even if they're not tied.
Even if they're not tied, they have to have a playoff in front of the rest of the tournament. And the one clip I saw, these guys that said they shot like a 46 got absolutely exposed in the playoff.
I really like that.
Not a single drive in play off of this team. And they have to take a drop out of the woods 180 yards behind the other team.
Wow.
And not a single one of them gets it past where the other team's drive was. And it's just, it's such satisfying incrimination.
Yeah.
It's just like, these guys are clearly lying their ass off, and this is what they get for it.
Yeah, and I like that way better than just evening the playing field out to begin with. So like every team automatically gets 5 mulligans or 2 mulligans or whatever. Or hey, no teams get any mulligans. It's just a straight up. Obviously, it's handicapped. That's a way to level the playing field. But this, like, we want to expose these people. We want these people to kind of, It's kind of like a punishment in the olden days when they used to shame people
Publicly shame people, put them in
Yeah.
the fucking barracks or whatever the head thing is.
Yeah.
The stocks. Put them in the stocks.
Yeah, kind of actually like kind of Scarlet Letter vibes,
Yeah, a little bit.
isn't it?
Yeah. Well, and I think the main comment on this video or this idea of the playoff is that just the playoff looming is enough to keep people honest.
For sure.
Because if they know this is coming and they don't want to risk exposing themselves and embarrassing themselves, they're just going to be more honest.
Yeah. I really like this idea.
Me too. I think there is a little bit of like an issue with it. Like, you're playing good because you don't have a giant crowd watching you.
Yeah.
There are going to be some nerves with the rest of the tournament watching you, even if you didn't cheat.
Yeah.
You know, so I think there could be a little discrepancy there, but for the most part, you got 4 guys. Someone's going to hit a good drive, and
Correct.
it's going to be obvious of why you're there.
Yep. Exactly. Okay. Problem solved. Another problem that seemed to get solved within the last year or two. You guys remember when we talked about the tee times in Los Angeles?
Mm-hmm. The black
The
market.
brokers. Yeah, the
Yep.
brokers who would like buy up the tee times and then charge a premium. Apparently, I saw an article where apparently they're kind of getting that under control a little bit by simply just charging a $10 reserve fee for each player on a tee time.
Okay.
So if I booked a tee time for 4 guys, I would have to pay $40 to reserve the tee time. If I decided to cancel it, I would get that $40 back, but I have to put money up front, which I don't know. I feel like that's been a thing for a while. Maybe it wasn't a thing on LA golf courses, but because you now have to pay this reserve fee, the brokers going out to snag all the best tee times. I mean, think of how much money they would be out. $10 per spot if they purchased, I don't know, 25, 30 tee times for 4 people a piece.
Okay, well, I'm confused. How can they still not? Why can't they just sell it still? Like they pay this money and they'll make it back selling the tee time, won't they? I don't understand how this is fixing it. Like, how is it stopping brokers from scooping shit up? They clearly have money.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, if you want to pull the article up.
What was it?
So is it like
I would just assume that because they have to put money up, like because they have to put the $10 up front. I don't know if they wouldn't like
just
make enough profit off
deferring them a little, because that $10 probably counts to the round.
And also, like, if they're, I mean, another way to look at it too is if there are bots that are swiping the tee times, the bots can't obviously like
right, totally
digitally purchase, $10 per spot.
Yeah, so the brokers have to go in and manually book all these tee times.
Which they can't.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know the exact details on why the $10 is.
I bet it isn't refunded if you cancel within a certain time. Like,
yeah, it's within the 24-hour cancellation period.
Okay.
Yep. If you just search r/golf LA tee times getting fixed with $10 holding fee.
So yeah, it says $10 per person to reserve a tee time, which is forfeited if a reservation is canceled.
So canceled in general.
So forfeited, meaning the person booking the tee time is out that $10.
Yeah, the course gets to keep it if you cancel.
Okay. That's that's where I went wrong.
Yeah, so that totally makes sense, because like if they can't sell it, they just lose that $10.
Correct. Yes.
It says that 10 months in, the fee initially met with skepticism and annoyance has proved a success.
Hell yeah.
So
Good on you, LA. I think we suggested something like that
I think we did,
back in the day.
Actually, I think we suggested that exact solution.
I think it's out there on the internet somewhere for someone to fact check. So you're welcome, LA golf community. We are here to solve your problems.
Anything else good in there?
they're just basically they just interviewed a bunch of people and they just come in and they're like, yeah, like now I'm occasionally able to get on like the very popular courses that I wasn't able to at all previously.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, sweet. Two solutions to two problems today. We got the scramble issue. top 2 team playoff, and then LA Golf solved.
Okay, I did have one more question spurring off of the Scramble tournaments for you guys.
Yeah.
So let's say the Scramble team is us 3, and we'll just throw Jake into it.
Okay.
Right? So that's our Scramble team. How many mulligans would we have to buy to shoot in the 40s?
So
let's say for rules case, we can't give all the mulligans to Ryan.
We're looking at 23 under.
23 under.
49.
Shoot 49 on, let's say, Edgewood. We've all played Edgewood.
Okay, that's tough.
It's a difficult course.
The woods course.
Yep, wood course, and there's a river running through the entire thing.
A lot.
So 23 under. If there's 2 par 5s on each side, you have to, and you eagle both. So let's say you eagle every hole, you birdie every hole. Let me backtrack.
At least
You
birdie.
birdie 14 holes and you eagle 4 holes. So 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 14 is
I don't think there's enough drivable par
22.
4s.
So we would have to eagle a par 4 as well. We have to birdie every par 4, every par 3. We'd have to eagle one of those par 4s, and then we'd have to eagle every par 5.
Is there a drivable par 4?
I believe so. Or I don't know, chip in, like you used three mulligans to try and chip one in. How many mulligans would us 4 need? Dude, I think we'd probably need. I think we'd probably need 10 each.
I was gonna say I think a minimum of 40.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
because I feel
50, and we'd have 50 with luck as well.
If we played in a scramble, where there was no mulligans, it's just straight up.
I honestly think we'd be lucky to be 5 under with that us 4.
No way, dude.
I think so.
I think we would get. I think we would get to 8 to 10 under.
I don't know.
Because remember, it was me, you, Lane, and
Jade.
Now Jade can play.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you and Lane can't.
Well, it's like we did our job. Like I put one safe every single time.
Correct. I think that was just a smart scramble group.
It was. And what were we?
I want to say we were 12 under or 13 under.
Right.
Yeah, scramble groups. What it comes down to, it's not like the level of play. It is how well organized the scramble team is. So Tyler was a safe guy, put one safe right away. Myself or Jade was we were either going
swing away,
it was 3rd or 4th. Yep, we're gonna swing away.
Swing away, Merrill.
And then Lane was he would put like an iron or a driver shot. He would hit a great shot one time.
Yeah, he was the guy that came to the rescue every 6 holes.
But he was also putting first.
Yep.
So he was giving us the line on the putt.
He Mr. Experiment / save the day every once in a while.
Correct. Yep. And I don't know. I feel like that's a perfect formula for a scramble team, which is why we were 12, 13 under.
It's a perfect realistic formula. I mean, the perfect formula is 4 really fucking good golfers.
Yeah, correct.
But for normal people, that is the formula.
Yeah.
Safe guy, long guy, experiment guy, and vibes guy.
Yeah, and vibes guy's gonna. You don't go and play a golf round without hitting that shot.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say that shot, I mean the shot that is tour level. It may be
on accident.
It may be one shot out of 110 if you're going to shoot a 110 that day. It could be a 27-foot putt that you sink for birdie to save everyone else's ass.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's going to happen at some point.
Yeah. Now with us 3 and Jake, we've never played a scramble together, so we don't really know what that organization looks like.
I don't know, man. Because there have been times too where we've scrambled and been even. You know?
When?
Like during games and shoots and shit. Like
just you and I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a 2-man scramble.
I know, but I'm just saying, like it all depends on how we're swinging them that day.
Correct. Yeah.
Like we very well, I think, could end up being only like 5 under.
Yeah, that's fair. To answer your question, I would think we would need 40 mulligans.
I feel good with 40. I think we could be at shoot a 49 with 40 mulligans. And they're split evenly. Each golfer gets 10.
Yeah. Be interesting to try.
Because if with 10 mulligans, we would eventually know where to use each person's mulligan.
Right.
Like, let's say I'm driving well that day. Ryan's hitting his irons well that day. Noah's putting out of his mind that day. We know that on the green, Noah should be using his mulligans. We know that on the tee, I should be using my mulligans. And then anywhere else, Ryan should be.
Yeah, and I think a place where mulligans will be used that aren't on the green are probably going to be par 3 tee boxes.
Yeah, trying to get us a good shot at it. Or like if we're known to spray it left and right every once in a while. If we don't have shit in the fairway or a shot at the green, why not? Tee another one up. Yeah, I think 40 is the number, which is insane. That's so many fucking mulligans.
Well, and like the tournaments that guys are shooting in the 40s, they're also probably handicapped.
Yes.
So we should have prefaced this whole thing with we're just playing straight up, no handicaps involved.
But I also think like then people are pissed that they're just clearly lying about their handicap.
Well, and that's the other issue. So I know like Mapleton in Scramble tournaments, Mapleton, a lot of the time their Scramble tournaments are member only. Mm-hmm. And when you become a member at Mapleton, they set you up with a gin.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? USGA, the gin handicap, or
I don't know if it's gin, but I know what you're talking about. I'm not sure.
It's got it. Yeah, look, GHIN. Can you look that up?
Gross.
That's how little we know about
indication number. I'm guessing that's what it stands for. GIN.
Because there's the app that like Jade
Golf Handicap and Information Network.
And I think the GIN is an official USGA handicap. There's too many acronyms and organizations in the golf world. It's hard to keep track of. Also just shows you that we keep our handicaps straight. 18 birdies, easy enough. But yeah, a lot of their scramble tournaments are for members, and as a member, you get an official handicap, and that's how they handicap it.
Yeah,
so
smart.
You can go out and purposely play like shit.
Sandbag all season.
But also like what fun would it be to just go out to play golf and play like shit on purpose?
It would not be fun at all.
No.
You just lie on your scorecard and say you did worse all season. That's
right.
So lame.
Yeah. We gotta fucking get in a scramble this summer.
I'm in one.
Why? We gotta get into a scramble this summer.
Who's our fourth?
It doesn't matter.
We gotta find a fourth. It does matter.
The fourth will be easy.
Don't even need them.
I mean, we can find a fourth immediately. I got a couple farmer buddies. That mid summertime they're spraying, doing. They got some time outside of planting and harvest. So
you keep talking. I'm gonna look up Leonard. They just released their upcoming events.
And the scramble. Okay, now I'm. I know beggars can't be choosers, but now I'm gonna be picky. If I'm gonna play in a scramble tournament this summer, I would love for it to be a glow ball scramble. Because you mentioned Leonard, made me think of glow ball. I might have told this story before, but one of the first times I golfed Leonard Country Club, we had like an 8 a.m. tee time. We show up at like 7:50 and nobody's there. We're like, okay, 8 a.m. like in the summer. That's just kind of odd.
They don't have a single event scheduled. They just released a calendar. It's a blank calendar.
Okay, we'll get it figured out. So we show up at 7:50 and nobody's to be seen. But as we walk up to the clubhouse, there are golf carts just scattered all over the front. There are coolers, like clubhouse coolers that are just like upside down with like dripping water out of them, like on the floor of the cart. There's smashed beer cans everywhere. And finally at 8:15, somebody showed up and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Last night we had our glow ball scramble and things got a little bit out of hand." I think she had said she had left the course the night before, that morning at like 2 or 3 a.m.
Hell yeah.
So that's the type of scramble that I'd love to be a part of.
Mapleton,
I think Mapleton has a glow ball scramble.
September 6th.
Another fun fact.
Elzagle has one too.
Have you ever hit a golf ball in the dark?
Yeah.
Like glow
Together.
ball?
Yeah, remember they weren't great glow balls though. They were the charge with your phone ones we got. Remember we hit those when we were in Arizona?
Yeah, but it wasn't fully dark yet.
I know, and they lost their charge. So like that's the closest thing I've done to it. They lost their charge immediately. They're ones you have to charge with a flashlight, like just shine on the ball instead of those impact light up ones.
Yep. It was like a glow jig, like out ice fishing. The group in front of us was playing with glow balls.
And it looked awesome. We like paused to watch them hit their tee shots with their glow balls.
What is it with stuff that glows in the dark that is just fascinating to humans?
We're like, it's a primal instinct to be attracted to shiny things, and nothing shines brighter than a light in the dark.
There's also just a whole list of things where it's like, how the fuck do these things work? Like, why every time you see like those little magnets that stick together and make that noise, like, you know what I'm talking about? They had as a kid, like,
me like funny noise.
Yeah, it's
me
like,
like shiny ball.
Why do they do that?
Or like how on God's green earth can you throw a firecracker underwater and have it explode?
Be a mystery for the end of time. That was like the first ever You Betcha Radio mystery, wasn't it?
I know. Yes, it was. And we were not going to dive into that rabbit hole.
It doesn't make any fucking sense though.
No, it really doesn't. The wick has to be coated in something.
But it's still on fire down there.
I know. And I get it. I have no idea. And I think we did. I think someone sent us an article that told us, but it's just, I just can't.
I don't buy it.
Can't believe anything I hear.
It's magic.
So yeah, regardless, even if we don't get it, like if we don't get into a glow ball scramble, I would like to say like 11 p.m. in the summer, just hit a ball that glows in the dark with a golf club.
You know what you should do? You should just get into it, right? You should get your own team and play in the veterans one against me and Grandpa.
When is it?
End of June.
Okay.
It's on a Friday. You have to take a Friday off.
Okay.
But.
I'm also having another child in a couple months. So it's going to throw a little wrench into things.
That's why you want to do glow ball. So it's in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Hopefully they're sleeping by then, but the middle of the night can also be the worst time with a newborn. So, okay. Yeah. We'll get something figured out. We'd say that fucking twice a month, and I'm holding myself to it this time.
Okay.
Let's take a quick break. We're going to come back, and I got a little Augusta story for you guys. With the Masters coming up the Masters is like April 10th through the 13th.
Sounds right. 2 more tournaments until we got the Houston Open and the Valero Open.
2 more tourneys.
7th through the 13th.
7th through the 13th. So it'd be like par 3 practice rounds.
Right. Yeah.
Celeb day.
Yep. Scotty's got the dinner released, and I got another fun story for you guys. Be right back. I think it like it's Masters season right now. What are we? We have 2 tournaments, and then we have the Masters. We can just chalk it up. It would be tough to be the Valero Texas Open.
Yeah.
The week before the Masters. Now I know, like, people are getting in the.
Let's personify the tournaments, right? So the Masters is the king, right? Would you rather be the RBC or the Valero? Pre-Masters or post-Masters?
I think I'd rather be post-Masters.
You think?
Because people are still like on the high.
Riding the hype.
Okay. And like the farther we get along, the closer we are to full swing of golf season.
So I think I'd rather be the Valero, because I think more people are tuning into the Valero to get a vibe on what's going to happen at the Masters.
You shitting me?
I don't know. At least for me anyway, I care more about the Valero than the RBC. RBC is immediately following, correct? I'm not losing my mind.
Yeah, I want to say so, because Scotty won the green jacket and then he won the plaid jacket. The plaid jacket is kind of an insane move. Just a jacket in general. I believe it's the only 2 tournaments that give out jackets. And for them to be back to back, you start with green and then you go to a red and black plaid. It's an interesting move. And I don't know where the plaid jacket originated from.
Seems very Scottish.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about fuck,
because
though.
RBC is Royal Bank of Canada, so maybe that's why it's red. Pretty soon it'll be red, white, and blue though, because Canada is going to join the U.S.
or I'm going to get adopted into Canada.
Yeah, true. Very
Canada's
true.
like
We'll take Northern Minnesota.
I just lost all my headphones.
I'm
You guys
good.
good?
Yeah, you're stepping on the deal right there.
Fuck me.
I'm good, but
We're back. I'm here. I can hear you again.
So Scotty's 2025 Masters Champions dinner has been released. It's been released for about a week now.
Basic? No, his last one wasn't basic. It was Bubba that had the super basic chicken breast one.
I mean, I would say, yeah, chicken breast. Chicken breast is bland in general, but yeah, you kind of just, the menu gets bland when there's chicken on it. Scotty, for appetizers, Scotty's got cheeseburger sliders.
Didn't he did that last time too?
Yeah, I want to say he did.
Scotty.
And they're served Scotty style. It's a play on In-N-Out. I feel like it's a play on In-N-Out. You get animal style double or whatever. But Tyler, I feel like the last time, I mean, you got to stick with what works.
Yeah, but also mix it up, my guy.
So he's got cheeseburger sliders and firecracker shrimp for appetizers.
Dude, I think you're reading last year's.
No, Tyler, this was...
That's the exact same thing. I'm going to look up
Scotty,
2024.
Okay, Scotty Scheffler's 2025 Masters Champions dinner menu, posted 6 days ago. And then the last thing on the appetizer list is Papa Chef's meatball and ravioli bites. Fuck, those would be good.
That sounded really good. Yeah.
First course is going to be Texas style chili. Main course is going to be wood-fired cowboy ribeye or blackened redfish. Son of a bitch, Scotty, you're a dog. And then for dessert, sides of the main course. Family style macaroni and cheese, jalapeno cream corn. Oh my God, jalapeno cream corn is the best. Soy glazed Brussels sprouts and chipotle lime roasted sweet potatoes. God, that sounds like a good menu.
It's the same fucking menu.
Is it really?
2023 Scotty's Masters dinner. Cheeseburger sliders for appetizer. Firecracker shrimp for appetizer. Tortilla soup. Then Texas ribeye steak or blackened redfish. Family style mac, jalapeno cream corn, fried Brussels sprouts, and then the twist up is seasoned fries.
He went with the chipotle lime roasted sweet potatoes this time.
Yeah. What's the dessert?
Dessert is a warm chocolate chip skillet cookie.
Same.
Really?
Same as last. Scotty, mix it up, my guy.
Okay.
No, stick with what works.
No.
He likes what he likes.
Last time you did this dinner, you didn't win the Masters the next year.
Yeah. I wonder, based off champions vote, who has presented the best champions dinner and who's presented the worst. Be interesting to take a poll on that. Maybe we can get a poll from all the recent Masters winners to see what the thoughts are.
Yeah, I'll reach out to him.
Well, we just put it in the Spotify poll and just send them a link.
Yeah. Speaking of Spotify, we didn't do our songs.
Oh,
we'll do them at the end.
Shit, no,
Okay.
I got mine.
Okay,
right.
that's fine. That works too.
Yeah, we'll do them at the end. Okay, so yeah, Masters Club, Masters Champions dinner. That menu is set. Seems to be very similar to the previous dub.
Mm-hmm.
Another little Masters fact, not Masters fact, more so just a cool golf fact in general regarding Arnold Palmer, which also leads me into my next article. So Arnold Palmer's, his inflation adjusted career earnings, $1.76 billion.
Oh, fuck. I thought this was going to be like a 1.76 million just to show how much more they earn now.
No, inflation adjusted.
Okay.
Arnold Palmer's on-course earnings, career earnings, $1.76 billion. Just to give you guys some perspective, adjusted earnings for other athletes in 2025, Michael Jordan would be ranked number 1 at $3.75 billion. Tiger Woods number 2 at $2.66 billion. Cristiano Ronaldo number 3 at $1.92 billion. AP $1.76 billion. And then LeBron number 5 at 1.7 billion.
That's insane.
So Arnold Palmer has adjusted with inflation, has made more money than LeBron James.
It's because of the Arizona iced teas.
It could be, yeah. The spiked iced teas and the regular iced teas.
Yep. Arnie Palms in every gas station from coast to coast.
Yeah, 99 cents too. Like, who can pass that deal up? That's the one thing that hasn't adjusted with inflation is price of Arizona tea.
He's got to be getting royalties for that, right? He has to be. He has to be. That's where his generational wealth is coming.
Now, it's kind of funny that it leads me right into this because Arnold Palmer is a part of this story. Came across an article. I don't know if we talked about this when it had first came out, but there was a Georgia man that was sentenced to 1 year in theft of Arnold Palmer green jacket and other Masters memorabilia.
Really?
Now get this. A former Georgia warehouse worker for the Augusta National Golf Club was sentenced to 1 year in prison Wednesday. I believe this past Wednesday. This article came out on March 20th. So it would have been last Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
For transporting millions of dollars worth of stolen Masters tournament memorabilia, including one of Arnold Palmer's iconic green jackets.
Damn.
Richard Glebensky, who is 40, banana for scale, male, pleaded guilty last year to one count of transporting stolen goods across state lines. He appeared Wednesday in court. Let's see. He deeply regrets the decision. Yeah, I mean, how can you not?
Do you deeply regret your decision, or do you deeply regret getting caught?
Yeah, true. Let's see. Under the sentence, he will also have to pay more than $3 million in restitution and face 1 year of supervised release.
Jesus.
Let's see. So Glebensky took items from the warehouse for sellers in Florida, who then sold them online. Florida-Georgia line. He was crossing the Florida-Georgia line to sell all this shit. Kind of could be a conspiracy mixed in there. Who were the guys from Florida? Was it the Florida guy from the line between Florida? Anyway, the Florida sellers then sold them online at a markup. Glebensky was paid through a limited liability company set up in his wife's name, among other ways. The scheme lasted for more than a decade, earning him over $5 million. The guy was just swiping Masters merch, and he didn't even have to go through the selling part. Like all he had to do was throw a couple in his truck here, throw a couple in his truck. I mean, that's the most risky part right there.
Yeah.
Let's see. He would secretly photograph items and send them to a Florida-based seller. Glebensky would then sneak out items that they were interested in, taking small quantities to avoid the risk of Augusta's auditing practices. Prosecutors say the money was used to fund a luxurious lifestyle, including $370,000 to buy vehicles and a boat, $160,000 for Disney themed vacations.
Oh man.
And
these fucking Disney adults, dude.
And $32,000 for items at Louis Vuitton. So to say that Glebensky is royally fucked is kind of an understatement.
Sorry if I missed it. Did they say how we got caught?
Let's see here. In
Homie clearly got comfy. He was doing it for a while.
Let me try and find that.
Okay, while you look for that, this reminds me of a story that happened here at home. So the mall in Fargo has a Roger Maris museum in the mall, and some dude broke into the Roger Maris museum and stole a bunch of shit from it.
Oh yeah, okay.
And they caught him, and it was part of like a ring of museum thefts that had been happening for a super long time, but they had already sold the Roger Maris shit, so it's like it's never coming back.
Wow.
So the Roger Maris items are just gone forever. And it was like a hitting championship belt and some bats or some shit.
Yeah, I remember when that happened.
Yeah, it was a ring of 9 people for thefts of millions of dollars worth of paintings, sports memorabilia, other valuables like a Andy Warhol painting, Jackson Pollock painting, World Series rings that was Yogi Berra's.
Damn.
That's
took over 20 years in 20 different museums, and they finally got caught.
That is People go nuts for sports memorabilia.
Mhm.
I'm reading a book, an Odyssey of Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
And when he got his first hit, like his first legit single in spring training with the White Sox, he gave his kid, Marcus Jordan, who was 3 years old at the time, he gave his kid the ball. And the guy who's writing this book had seen Marcus Jordan just like throw the ball that landed underneath of a bush, and no one picked it up. So like the ball from MJ's first spring training hit, who knows where that ball's at?
Somebody probably picked it up, thought it was a foul ball,
Probably.
and they have history.
Correct.
That's
They have
crazy.
a multi-million-dollar ball on their hands.
That's bananas.
But I don't know how you'd ever be able to
You
authenticate
couldn't
it.
prove it. Yeah.
Yeah. The items, okay, we're back to Augusta. The items which were sold between 2009 and 2022 included such historic memorabilia as tickets to Masters tournaments in the 1930s,
Oh.
as well as t-shirts, mugs, chairs. Among the stolen legendary green jackets were those won by Arnold Palmer, Ben Hogan, and Gene Sarazen.
Wow.
Sarazen. Some of the stolen goods were recovered in the Chicago area, which is why the court case was at the downtown courthouse. So
That's
I don't know how
fucking
exactly he
crazy.
got caught, but like it,
So
all this. I'm sure the plot sounded great in theory, and if he would have stopped maybe a couple years sooner, or maybe he only did it for a year, not condoning any of this, but just to be a little
Okay.
bit smarter, like all good things have to come to an end. And unfortunately, Glebensky's end was prison
yeah, for a year.
and having to pay back $3 million in restitution.
Dude, if you stealing like merch and shit, where did you get that Masters hat you have?
Alan gave that to me.
Where do you think he got it?
I don't know, but it was, I'm assuming they're selling used stuff or new stuff, like brand new.
Oh no, it sounds like he'd be stealing it out of the warehouse storage. It's got to be like merch from way back in the day.
But it's still new. I would assume it's like stuff that didn't sell, or
Gotcha.
this hat was used. So
I was
someone
gonna
might
say
have bought
you could
it.
be an accomplice on accident.
I could. Or maybe like I could, I don't know, file for damages or something like
Yeah.
this
You
hat.
say you were a victim. I didn't want a stolen hat.
No, I wanted a new hat. You had something, Noah?
Yeah, there's not a ton of details on how he got caught.
No.
It
Just
just
read
basically said that like a piece of the memorabilia was seized outside of some Chicago home, and then I'm sure that person probably just snitched and
Ratted,
said
dude.
where they got it from.
Damn, there's always a rat in the plot.
And it says here too, like if he wasn't stealing like important parts of history memorabilia, he probably would have got away with it.
Yeah, if
So
he was
if he was
stealing like
just-
hats and polos and shit.
So obviously we're not talking like millions of dollars, but he probably could have been making a nice little side hustle and got away with it.
Yeah.
So
Got greedy, dude. I bet it started
Yeah.
with him just stealing unused merch.
Oh, probably. And then like once you see the money start coming in, like and you're now living the lifestyle of someone with that amount of money, like you have to be able to sustain that.
Yeah, dude. Stealing the green jackets themselves is fucking ballsy. You got
Yeah.
the cojones on that man to be stealing green jackets?
You'd think they'd have those locked up somewhere.
They did in a warehouse that he worked at.
But why
He's
are
a
they
trusted employee?
You'd think they'd have them like in a case.
Right. That is the thing that surprises me the most, that they're not in like a display case.
I mean, have you seen the documentary on was it Buffalo Trace whiskey? It's on Netflix. I can't remember what the documentary is called, but it was I want to say it was Buffalo Trace. There was a worker there that was stealing like a lot of whiskey and selling it to people on like the black market, if you will. There was even like bottles that Buffalo Trace like they only produce like 100 of them ever, and he was taking those out of like locked cases and reselling them. It's like,
Jesus.
yeah, dude. People go fucking nuts over this stuff. I mean, look at OJ. OJ, like he went to prison for holding up a hotel room because they had memorabilia of his.
Yeah.
Did he not?
Yeah. He went like robbed the robbers or whatever.
Yeah. So people go like, I don't know. Their balls get a hell of a lot bigger when it comes to sports memorabilia.
It does make you guys crazy.
Yeah, but
I've never seen you guys geek out more about anything more than sports cards and sports memorabilia.
It's cool, man. It is cool, but to start stealing stuff of that value and thinking that you're gonna after year 6, you're like, dude, this is.
Well, he got comfy.
He's like, so it's easy.
What's funny about this too is, so he made millions, right?
Mm-hmm.
He made around $5 million selling truckloads of relatively low value merchandise, but just $300,000 for all of like the memorabilia, like the 3 green jackets.
So he was making more money off of the little shit.
He would, yeah, he absolutely. So like what I just said a second ago, he just fucked himself over by
getting greedy and for an extra $300K,
for way less, like considerably than.
Surprises me that an Arnold Palmer green jacket goes for less than $300,000.
Well, that was Arnold Palmer, Ben Hogan, and Gene Sarazen.
That was for all of the memorabilia.
Wow.
The 3 green jackets, the trophy, the tickets, and the letters, and it says other items. So
the money was in the merch, and he got greedy and went for the big stuff, even though I think maybe he got a little addicted to it. Maybe we got a little klepto on our hands.
I think you definitely do, because it becomes easy. So you're like, why don't I just keep doing this?
Yeah. But like, there's clearly no monetary value in him upping the item. Like, he was making more money stealing hats and t-shirts. There was no other reason for stealing the green jackets other than maybe, I don't know, I could be wrong, but other than him thinking like, I wonder if I could.
Yeah.
The FBI was on this. That when that jacket was sold, that was a sting operation, I guess.
No shit.
So he got let go in 2021, and what he claimed to be like a post-COVID, whatever termination, and it just says that then like the FBI got in on this because there were just reports made, I'm sure, of missing shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a sting operation. So I'm sure he like had all this stuff at his place and was. That's crazy.
And this ain't no police hiring a 17-year-old to go in and try and buy nicotine from the gas station.
Dude, I had a buddy that was his summer job.
Yeah, same.
He'd ride around in the cop car with him, and they'd send him in.
Yep.
Anyway, his lane.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. I hope he got to keep it if he was successful.
No, he had to give it to him.
God. Anyway, people, we got to be smarter out there. One thing that people tend to steal a lot on golf courses, like current day, are tee box markers.
Really?
Dude, there was for a little bit of time there, the course down in Wahpeton. So the course in Wahpeton is 9 holes in North Dakota and 9 holes in Minnesota.
That's kind of cool.
So the front 9 is in North Dakota, and you cross the bridge of the Red River, and you play the back 9 in Minnesota, which is kind of sweet. And I want to say they had tee box markers, like custom laser engraved, or like laser cut, whatever. Super cool. And people were stealing them. So it's like,
that's why you got to go with the classic, just painted rock. Nobody wants a blue painted rock.
Yeah. Or just like a painted square of wood.
Yep.
Or like one of those like plastic or whatever material they are, just
those fake
the
wood
balls.
Yeah. That look like a teed up ball.
Correct.
Yep.
Can't have shit at any time.
Or you
anywhere.
put those plates in the ground. I do fucking hate the plate tee box markers because you can't see them unless you're standing right over them.
I know.
So annoying.
Yep.
Note to the golf courses: don't put those in. It's lame.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all I got.
Very interesting story. It's like a little golf catch me if you can. The FBI getting involved is a really cool layer.
Would be a great. It would be a great docuseries.
Yeah, I would like to. I don't want a documentary. I want them to do a movie of it, a biopic.
It sounds like they totally could. The way that it's so Hollywood, like sold millions of dollars worth of shit, and like is so close to getting away with it, but is like, I gotta sell this last.
Yeah, you've got two
These
main
green
characters.
jackets.
You can tweak the story a little bit to make this Augusta employee been slighted in some way, and he's doing this as some sort of revenge tour. And then you also have a POV main character from the FBI noticing this and picking up on it and being like, I can solve this.
And like the opening scene of the movie could be like him getting ready to sell one of the green jackets, and then they like the FBI or whatever, like obviously like, present themselves, and then him just running away down a hill trying to put the green jacket on, and then tripping and getting absolutely pummeled by the FBI.
And then it pauses, record scratches, and goes, "Yep, that's me."
It's like have you guys seen War Dogs?
No.
It's like exactly
What?
Jonah Hill and Leo.
Yeah, Leo's not.
Or sorry,
Miles Teller's in it,
Miles
right?
Teller.
I'm thinking Wolf of Wall Street.
Have you not seen War Dogs either?
No, Jonah Hill,
The
and-
arms dealer.
Yeah, Jonah Hill and Miles Teller.
Yeah. That's where you got that from.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Again,
basically
movie,
how that movie opens up, is that what you guys just laid out. It's like them getting arrested and they're like, all right, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's go back.
Yeah.
Like that type of thing.
I hate that trope so much.
I was thinking more so along the lines of like a Shooter McGavin trying to.
It's a combination of Happy Gilmore and War Dogs, apparently.
I do know somebody, saw an Instagram story this last weekend. Masters tickets have been sent out, and I saw an Instagram story of him opening up his Masters tickets for this year. Oh my God. And it, yeah.
You know this person?
Yeah. It,
How well? Can you get, you get in on this?
No, God, no. My golf buddy, like my main golf buddy, Adam, who I talk about him all the time. He claims that he can get us into the Masters whenever we want, because
Then fucking do it, Adam.
that's what I've been saying. Because okay, here's the connection. His father-in-law works for a bank, a pretty well-known bank around this area, and his father-in-law's boss is the owner of the bank. He founded it.
Mm-hmm. Does they sponsor the Masters or something?
And he gets Masters tickets every year. So I know he's told me this multiple times. I'm just like this. The laundry list of people that this guy's probably got on like to go to the Masters with his. It's probably like 1,000 pages long.
Adam, you got to put your money where your mouth is in this.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, if I received a ticket to the Masters, my plane ticket will be bought so quick.
Immediately.
Done.
This is like, how can you have this connection and never even explored it?
Because I don't believe him.
No, him.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying, like, why?
I know. I don't know.
Regardless of if your friend wants you to or not, Adam, you need to go at least try.
Well, he's a farmer. That's the thing. And it's like, it could be like right during planting.
You can take 2 days off.
You can't really though.
You can't.
He's kind of running the farm by himself.
I understand, but if you get if it's on April 8th, if you have tickets for April 8th, the opening day of the tournament, you can plant April 9th, Adam.
I know.
Those 24 hours, maybe not ideal, but also not the end of the world.
Yeah, we'd have to go for a couple. We'd have to stay at least 1 or 2 nights.
Okay. If he has a goal planning date of April 8th and the stuff gets in April 10th, you're going to be fine.
You tell him that.
I will.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't even want to
I'll
think about
fucking plant for you while you're at the Masters, Adam.
Yeah, I mean, his parent, the way he talks is, I mean, he'll call me. He's like, "Yeah, I'm in the planner," and I'm like, "Oh, it's busy today." He's like, "Nah, I'm just sitting here, fucking auto steer."
Yeah, you don't have to do shit.
I'm just kidding. There's a lot more involved in that, but
some of them though, the GPS things you just literally sit in.
But if shit breaks down or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to fix any rigs for you, but
anyway, that'll never come to fruition. So we'll just quit talking about it. That's all I got for this week, guys. You guys got anything else to add?
No, just the scramble stuff from us.
Okay. See you next week.
Love you.
Love you all.
Love you.